Hey guys, Cole here, back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. We've got the 10x for this weekend released to us, the content creators, and we're gonna have the summon rush tomorrow. There's gonna be, I think, 3,500 points to get all the fragments needed for the fusion, and at minimum 1,200 or 1,500, I think, for the 5 fragments. That's what they used to do in the last couple of fusions that we had, or fragment collection events. So I wouldn't expect anything lower for this one. It even says the maximum of 7,500 here. So yeah, it should be around that amount, which is quite a lot. But even so, we're gonna have, you know, a 10x event for multiple champions. We'll go over them. It's like big damage champions is what they're having, and one of the newer champions, Hefrag, is also included in that list. We'll go over everything, but before that, there's actually a new thing that is going to start popping up, the lightning offers. I want to go through that very quickly. The lightning offers is just going to be unique, brand new type of shop offers that are going to just pop up, and if you click away, they're going to disappear. The one I saw was featured over on Hell Hades video today, and it was very bad for the price. I mean, you can just wait for these well, wow, as I said it, this pops up. So $15 for full energy packs, rank 5 chicken, 50 multi battles and all that. I don't like this offer for $15, and I'll explain exactly why. Let me just save this so I can put it as a thumbnail. Wow, look at that. Attention, if you close this window, the offer will disappear forever. I want this also as a screenshot, because this is like, yes, do not click away, because this will disappear. And as you see here, it's no longer in the offers. But I have these warrior circle packs offered for me, and it's much better value, I think, for rank 4 chickens, 750 energy, and the 1 legendary skill tome for about the same price. I mean, the warrior circle packs are always the best ones to buy if you are a spender. I am not a spender anymore in the game. No particular reason. I just want to limit my spending, since yeah, I just want to do that for a little while and see how I can compete with everything. I'm not free to play at all on the account, but I've been, you know, saving what I can save and doing what I can do with just the creator pack. Anyway, let's get started with the 10x champions that are featured. The one and only the one that I really want to get, Legendaries, is going to be featured for the Void Legendaries. And this guy I've done a showcase before in the test server when I had access to him. Such a good champion, very unique with this skill where he becomes unkillable and does 100% more damage almost. He does a big damage nuke with a true fear possible there, so you give him a little bit of accuracy, and he does that. And even before attacking, he does the weaken, which also does 25% more damage to your skill. He has this, which provides immunity to stun, freezes, sleep, provokes fears, true fears, and petrification, but this is not on cooldown. So this is insane. That's a double nuking attack. Very strong champion overall. Even his A1 skill does a lot of damage, and even does way more than that if he's trying to execute a target, which when they're lower than 60% health. And of course, a critical rate aura. Fantastic void. I would say the top nuker currently in the game, even better than Trunda. If you want to be using an attack based champion, Legendaries is the way to go, I would say. He's even better than Hefrag, which is also offered through this 10x. So Hefrag is very unique, where he does this whenever an ally is killed. He does a big nuke and will not put the skill on cooldown. And the big nuke is through this, which also ignores defense. I would say that people might be summoning to get this guy, but if you've got Trunda, she's already good and even better in some situations, I would say, from my testing on this guy. The reason for that is that Trunda does not need to have something specific for her to do a double hitting like this guy does. He's got an A1 that does a double hit attack, which is nice, but it's a single target. And then his A3 gives him that extra crit rate, which I wouldn't say that you need, because if you will be activating this skill right here, this skill will not be there. So the extra crit rate, you'll be going in with 70% crit and not really critting, you know, 100% of the time, which is that why he's not the best, I would say, for consistency if you run him like that. But overall, I think he's a good one for new accounts that don't have a Trunda, don't have anything like that. So next one on the list is going to be Cadraphon. Cadraphon, another great champion with a single target skill here, and his A1 that does a double hit, which does a lot of damage. Very good against warlord teams if you want to use him in a defensive team. Also, this passive works wonders if you have a perfect veil. I've done showcases of Cadraphon before. Such a good champion. This does a lot of damage with under perfect veil. Increase damage by 40%, decrease damage taken by 40% plus the perfect veil. Damage reduction, it's insane, and he applies it on himself also, so it's not like you need the Duchess there, but it just adds up onto how tanky this guy can be. And then he's got the A2, which also gives him an extra turn if this guy gets a kill, which is usually common. You'll get a kill against the enemy nuker unless it's a spirit nuker and you get like a weak hit. The end game Cadrephones do that, and this skill is not so oftenly used because this does not give you an extra turn, so usually we disable this if we're placing a Cadrephone on defense, and I would say that's the best way to go. And next up is another great single target nuker, and it's gonna be Mountain King. Mountain King is insane in the amount of damage he can go, and he ramps it up with this passive. Increases this champion's attack by 50% each time the champion kills an enemy. Stacks up to 100% resets each round. Very strong for the arenas, not so strong for dungeons. He has this skill which ignores shield and block damage, and this skill which ignores defense. So insane. With a relentless set, you can get this guy to 120,000 health if you've got the gear. Definitely worth the investment, I would say, in either of those if you get them for this 10x. And then we've got the epics, which the epics are also quite good. Let's start with Gala long braids. I've done a showcase before where she does like a triple hit with this one. Each hit will ignore 25% of the target's defense, and then grants an extra turn if the champion has full HP after using the skill. And then she does this, so very strong single target nuker, Gala. And then we have another epic, Gembo. Gembo is actually way better, I would say, than Gala, because this guy has an AoE attack, which also decreases the duration of all buffs by 1 turn, and it's unresistible. So this is very good against, you know, the first champion that I showed in this one, which is the Leorius. Okay, he can actually ignore this and kill Leorius. So if you got a Gembo, you can actually go against the Leorius and kill him and not risk yourself, let's say, dying. And also Gembo has this cool thing where he increases critical rate and critical damage on himself, grants an extra turn, and then he does this big hit. So if you want to build him like that, you can do that, and definitely you'll see the difference in damage compared to champions that don't have this. Very, very strong. Showcased him again on the channel. You can just search for Gembo Cold Brew Gaming and you'll see that guy. And then before we get to the final ones, let's go over Zargala, which is the one that it's an OG and people ignore how good she is, but she is so good with this skill. So it's a 2-turn cooldown and instantly activates the crack armor skill if the target is killed by this attack. This is the crack armor skill, which is very, very strong. Triple hitting, defense down also with a 50% chance, which goes up. Very, very strong champion, and oftenly ignored because she's an epic and needs a lot of books to actually see the difference that she can do. But I've used her in teams before for dungeons. She definitely has a place for there, and she definitely does you know, show her real power in there. And then finally we've got Royal Guard, which I don't see how he fits in all this. All of these champions are great in arena. They can be used in dungeons as well, but Royal Guard cannot be really used in arena. I don't say he's got a single target nuke skill. Like his A1 is not that special. His A3 is not a single target. It's random attacking in a group. So that can hit a single target, but it's all random. His A2 is what makes him shine. So he's a big damage nuker again, but not really a big damage nuker in the sense that it works for PvP. This never works for PvP as well as you might have think. With the same gear that you have on Leorius, you won't see the same damage with Royal Guard, but you'll see good amount of damage in the Hydra. So that's like a bonus if you do get it during the 10x. And I think this was the video, guys. Nothing else to show for today. I do have some sacreds. I will pull just enough so I can get the fragments that I'm missing. How many fragments do I have for this guy? 55. I need just 45. There's a champion training which gives 10. A dungeon divers, I think another 5, so that's 15. I'll be at 70 plus another 5 here and there. I'll be able to get the fragments and be able to summon this guy when, well, I guess when there's a CVC, because this is Wade Shadow Legends. Anyway, thanks to everyone for watching the video. Subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.